Welcome to Top Table Gaming. This is a top 5 video, and in this video I'm going to be discussing my top 5 reasons to always mount your heroes. Roll that intro! Welcome to Top Table Gaming. You're here with your host Top Table Ben, and as I said in the intro, I'm going to be talking about my top 5 reasons to always mount your heroes on horses. This video is a little different to my previous top 5 videos, and I'm discussing some tactics here rather than factions or characters. So if you like it, or don't like it for that matter, let me know in the comments below. Many heroes from the SBG world can be mounted on horses, but sometimes it can be difficult to judge whether this is worth it or not. There are many heroes that have access to either horses or armoured horses as part of their war gear. Where possible, I always opt for an armoured horse. The increase in defence from 4 to 5 gives you a little extra resilience against strength 2 and strength 4 attacks, making the horses a little bit more survivable. In my opinion, it's almost always worth mounting your horses, and here are my top 5 reasons why. At number 5, horses act like an extra fate point against shooting attacks. Your heroes will almost always be the target of shooting attacks, usually to help weaken them by taking the odd cheeky wound or fate point off before they get into combat. When a shooting attack hits a mounted model, you roll to see whether it hits the mount or the rider. On a 1 to 3 the mount is hit, and on a 4 to 6 the rider is hit. If the mount is hit and then killed by the shooting attack, it can still mean that the rider is left with its full complement of wounds and fate points. Yes, it will be frustrating that you've lost your horse, but on most occasions this will be better than taking wounds on your heroes, especially if they're your leader and keeping them in the game a little bit longer. At number 4, the extra movement distance. Having your heroes in the right place at the right time is a huge part of the game. Being in just the right position to be able to charge the enemy or to call that all-important heroic move or heroic combat is invaluable, and having a horse will allow you to do this better. Most man-sized models move up to 6 inches per turn, however, when they're mounted this goes up to 10 inches, meaning that you have an extra 4 inches of movement over unmounted models. This means you can get your heroes in the right positions when you need them to. It's also worth mounting any wizards that you have in your army, as they can cast during their movement phase. You can move your wizards 5 inches, cast a spell, and then move them back 5 inches out of harm's way. This effectively increases their casting range and makes them a little bit more dangerous on the battlefield. At number 3, it gives your opponent some difficult choices to make in combat. If your opponent wins against your mounted hero, it all of a sudden gives them a tough decision to make. Do they go for the wound and try and kill your hero, or do they try and kill the horse first? Both have pros and cons, but either way it gives the opposing players something to think about. If they kill the horse, it means they don't have the advantages it brings but next turn, but the hero remains intact, whereas if they put all their attacks against the rider, they may survive and still have the horse next turn. At number 2, the significantly increased killing power of a mounted hero. As we all know, a charging mounted model gets an extra attack. This is superb for heroes that already have multiple attacks, as they can go from 2 to 3 or 3 to 4 attacks, which gives them a much improved chance of winning the combat. Once they win the combat, they will also knock down infantry models that they charged, and they also get double strikes against each, which doubles their chance of killing them. This means that with some reasonable rolling, a big 3 attack hero could easily kill 3 or 4 models per turn. Definitely not to be sniffed at. At number 1, the deadly heroic combat. As I pointed out at number 2, a charging hero can be super deadly in combat and can really make a dent in your opponent's army. How can you make that even more deadly? By throwing in a heroic combat, of course. A heroic combat means that provided your hero kills all its opponents in its original combat, it can then move into another combat, essentially doubling its killing power for that turn. A mounted heroic combat will always be more effective than a heroic combat on foot, simply because the hero is far more capable of killing its opponents while mounted. This trick can also be useful for breaking through enemy lines to get to an enemy hero or banner that they may have hidden behind the original battle lines. So, those are my top 5 reasons to mount your heroes. What do you guys think? Are there any reasons that you think I've missed? If so, make sure you pop them down in the comments below, and I will see you in the next video.